wanted you all to have some healing from all that had been happening with the COVID-19 and the Black Lives Matters uprising.
My name is Clinton Osula.
My name is Adonis Evans.
I'm Makenda and I go to BCLA.
My full name is Kevin Williams.
I mean, I love coming here. I mean, like this is my 3rd year, so I love it here.
Honestly, we weren't exactly sure what we wanted to do at first. We definitely wanted to have a physical program because you can't really use the space, virtually.
For me, I wanted to get out of the house a little bit because where I live is kind of like boring.
It's not like I could go out and do other things. Like they shut down the arcades, they shut down certain areas and restaurants.
With that in mind, we tried coming up with like different COVID preparations. We used what was recommended, added some things like, specific to the site, and that's basically how it went around.
Do not put it on anywhere near your skin. It will burn your skin.
We are doing Learn to Teach, Teach to Learn, but we decided that we'd have everything done in-house. So teenagers would come in and learn all of the technology. They wouldn't go out to teach like we usually would because everyone else is shut down. But we ended up making so that they could teach each other.
And they originally thought that, like you said, teenagers, you're just putting them at risk. You're putting the children at risk if they're all together. They won't know better than that, and all of that. And that's the same vibes we were getting with the school year opening, is that people are nervous that people are going to get sick. And I think here, we did have a strong sense of community because we knew we were one of the only groups doing this. I learned that in today's society, and today with COVID and everything, that during these few weeks I spent with all of you guys in the tech center, I learned that we need adaptability and the ability to change like no other before in an age of time and peril and turmoil unlike any other.
The whole fact of building a community means that everyone would have to be responsible. And we made sure that they each knew that before they came here. Along with that, we put up a code of care. We set up rules that we all agreed upon for staying safe in the center. And once we had everyone agree on that, the rest is history.
Regardless of whatever hardships everyone faced, you guys still made it to work here. You still made stuff happen, even if things weren't going your way.
What I learned this year is that learning skills is a lot easier than you think it is.
Yes.
Especially when you begin the process of actually learning.
Something that I learned about myself this summer was that I think one of the best ways to really find the kind of cool stuff you can do is really just with a lot of patience and an open mind.
With a lot of the machines that we have here, we like the kids actually building up skill. We like them doing things themselves. And by them being virtual, they're not actually gaining that. Someone else doing the work for them. This year, due to Black Lives Matter being a prominent being a prominent movement, we decided that that's what we were doing. And in partnership with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, that's the path that we went with. There were varying degrees that differed from person to person on how they felt about things. We were all in consensus that what happened during the George Floyd case was bad. But some people were more in tune to whatever was happening than others. And so we found out that a lot of the youth in the program really felt and were in tune with the movement. And so when we were working with the party, those were the teens who were mainly kind of leading the charge, or finding a lot of interest in this. Some people who didn't really have any connection with this weren't as active, but they were still following along with what the rest were trying to do. So depending on the person, they really showed whether or not they were interested in the movement.
I honestly think we should continue the program when COVID's over.